Alright, hello everyone, and now welcome to another game between Life versus 120, this time here on Swamped Temple, getting, I guess, a little bit of positive reviews for the new post-game wrap-ups that I've been trying to introduce. We are going to be looking at a Crypt, Altar of Darkness. Most likely it is going to be ghouls again. Meanwhile, over here on the bottom side, I am expecting to see the same Archer, Keeper of the Grove strategy. Yeah, Mass Archers, Keeper of the Grove, two units that got substantially stronger since the latest patches, and I'm still waiting for things to really find their equilibrium. And it feels like the game has become a little bit more stable in terms of strategies, and people are beginning to find their way in terms of what openings they like to do, and with that, Blizzard can actually start finally addressing if there are any necessary balance updates that are needed. It is going to be a Death Knight going up against a Keeper of the Grove, most likely. Yes, that is going to be the case. And was one of the questions that I often get as a WarCraft 3 caster, or just in terms of balance in general, is Death Knight has been a main stage hero for quite some time, and no one really says, you know, the Death Knight, that unit is just overpowered, right? Like, it seems like Blade Master was constantly getting picked, Demon Hunter, now Keeper of the Grove. And how is it that the Death Knight is not considered an overpowered hero compared to some of the other heroes that have been, you know, that are constantly picked and chosen? And the reason why is how the hero is used. If the hero is used as a leader or commander of the army, just like the Archmage or the Death Knight, the Archmage granting mana to all of the casters, making the overall army better, the Death Knight adding endurance or movement speed and also a little bit of regeneration to the overall army. That's very different than saying the Keeper of the Grove, which can do a lot of harassment by itself, or the Blade Master, a pre-patch 1.29 in those days, in that era. So that's the reason why no one's really complained about the Death Knight. Really, Undead units are rather slow if they don't have that 10% movement speed bonus, as the Death Knight now makes its way over and gonna try and steal a little bit of experience. Alright, unable to death coil the Skeleton Marksman and the Skeletal Archers because they are in fact Undead units. A little bit of something to note when you are trying to, well, consider strategies on specific maps. If the unit is an Undead unit, then the Death Knight cannot death coil to finish it off. Unlike, say, the Paladin may try to do a little bit of stealing and could be, in fact, be able to Holy Light a unit and steal that little bit of experience. But, well, if we do start seeing Paladin first based upon the creeps of a map, well, you heard it here first, even though I don't think that really does have any lasting power whatsoever. Death Knight now going to spot a Tree of Life extremely early, and this could potentially cause some problems. Well, oh, also a big mistake coming in from Life there. Force of Nature onto trees and only clearing out one, enough trees to get one Force of Nature. Normally, the Keeper of the Grove, where you cast that ability, it is a little bit of a plus and a minus, because you can get units where you want them, perhaps getting in for a proper flank. But the downside of that is if you misclick, and the location is in the wrong spot, you may not get full utilization. Death Knight now gonna go ahead and wander back out. It does have enough mana for an additional death coil there, as the Archer, well, just drinking from this Moonwell. Keeper of the Grove sits at level 2. We could see an entangle. I don't believe we're going to be looking at that, though. Death Knight wanders away just to wander back in, and, well, will be forced to retreat. Paladin OP? No, I never believe the Paladin will be OP. Death Knight moving its way back off to the north. Archers are shadow melded, and what is going to happen here? The Archers could go ahead and just break that Shadow Meld or break invisibility here in just a moment. Naga Sea Witch, however, picked off, and this could be a problem. Keeper of the Grove probably was not expecting a Naga Sea Witch. Naga Sea Witch does not have Boots of Speed, though. but boots of speed are not nearly as important as they were in days past. Naga Sea Witch did get a big boost in days past as the Keeper of the Grove down to 91 hit points and forced to use the Scroll of Town Portal. That one thing that I'll mention again, the different types of auras have different types of effects. The fact that the undead unholy aura, its effectiveness is both equal in and out of combat. The other auras, damage bonus, attack speed bonus, additional armor, it's only effective while in combat, and that's the reason why one of the Death Knight is so powerful in this matchup here, as he can easily retreat and still move around the map very quickly for a good effect. Goblin Alchemist now out onto the field. Acid Bomb onto the Crypt Fiend. Crypt Fiend going to get taken out very quickly as the Death Knight now going to go ahead and try to back away. This is not looking good at all for Life. Life is in serious trouble. Scroll of Town Portal nowhere to be found. And with that Scroll of Town Portal now on the Naga Sea Witch, Death Knight using that Rejuvenation Potion, very important in order to be able to heal up extra units. Let's take a look back across here though. Tree of Life is going to be able to clear out this Null Overseer, Forest Troll Berserker creep camp, and with that, I do believe that Life is going to have a big advantage going into the next couple of battles. There's just not enough of an army for 120 right now to really punish this location. Let's take a look at the production buildings. Slaughterhouse getting up some obsidian statues. We are only at, what, 32 supply over 40. There's not enough Crypt Fiends and not enough, well, perhaps abominations to try and deal with the archers. Keeper of the Grove also has picked up a very powerful item in that Pendant of Energy, and anything that increases the effectiveness of Moonwells on the heroes, well, is also a very big boost as well for the Night Elf army. Naga Sea Witch taking a little bit of damage. Obsidian Statue should perhaps be getting a little bit closer to provide some support onto that Death Knight. Gonna take down some of these kobolds. Naga Sea Witch will easily get to level 2. Meanwhile, what is going on here? This Rock Golem could have gotten 4 units surrounded if this Crypt Fiend actually got into position. Meanwhile, back on the other end, Alchemist is at level 2. Keeper of the Grove is at level 2. As the force of nature is just absorbing all of that damage, allowing the archers to freely shoot arrows from behind. Let's take a look. More ghouls are going to be joining in on this fight. Rock Golem is going to be a little bit down here as we are looking at this entangled gold mine about to become operational. Now, if 120 does not make some sort of play to make his opponent or punish his opponent for setting up that expansion, perhaps delaying it, invest more in defense, something, he is going to be behind the 8 ball. He's going to be in a situation that's very difficult to overcome, and what you're trying to do here is you're trying to make sure you don't get yourself into an unwinnable situation or a difficult situation. Death Knight does launch a Death Coil, finishes off an archer there. One low hit point ghoul about to be finished off. No, ends up surviving ever so barely as the Obsidian Statues are still continuing the fight here. All right, Destroyer up in the air. There's the Devour Magic, and a big Devour Magic all of a sudden going to cause a little bit of problems. Destroyers could easily get in some damage. Crypt Fiends trying to, well, Crypt Fiend's trying to chase after the Dryad. That is not going to work. But all that's really happening, though, is Life is buying himself time for this expansion to pay off. If this expansion starts to pay off, things are going to go awry very quickly, as the Lich has now joined in on the fight alongside that Naga Sea Witch. Death Knight with 3 heroes already out on the field. Negative or movement speed debuff in addition to the negative, oh come on, one more shot there. A negative armor debuff going to help Naga Sea Witch now sits at level 3 as the units are once again on the move. 50 supply compared to 48. Naga Sea Witch going after a couple more units here. Lich should be able to easily get to the next level here. Also picking up a Claws of Attack +6, that negative armor, Rune of Lesser Healing. Should not have picked that up just quite yet, but not going to really matter in the end. More Crypt Fiends, an Acolyte now being moved out to set up an expansion location. 9 minutes, 50 seconds in. Destroyer is here, ready to go. Well, an Albatross is up in the air. And what is going to end up happening next? As where is that Death Knight? Death Knight almost got out of position, but does have now a potion of lesser invulnerability. The next fight could mean the difference. 120 sitting at 50 over 60. Meanwhile, 60 over 60 coming in from Life. He's kind of in low upkeep hell. And, well, all of these Moonwells are still fairly dry. This is a problem. Only 100 mana left there. And the question is, are they going to be able to make this expansion perhaps be forced or be some sort of engagement here? All right, the Forest Roll Berserker quickly taken down. All right, let's take a look. Force of Nature is going to try and engage. Death Coil saves a Crypt Fiend. And Devour Magic continuing to engage. Crypt Fiends are fighting back, going after Dryads. And the Dryad after Dryad is going to get taken down. Chemical Rage chasing after a Crypt Fiend. One Crypt Fiend already down. Another Crypt Fiend could get taken down. No, there is another Death Coil. The sheer amount of Focus Fire is causing problems. As you can take a look at the Alchemist is able to escape. Another Death Coil saving. There are currently 3 Crypt Fiends out on the field. Destroyer gets taken down though. 50 over 64 supply. Death Coil saves another unit. Keeper of the Grove down to 118. And Life gives the GG. Alright. I know that Life's Keeper of the Grove had a potion of lesser invulnerability. I totally thought that Life was going to use the potion of lesser invulnerability on the Keeper of the Grove, or someone will have to rewind the video and let me know. I thought I saw a potion of lesser invulnerability unless I had misclicked onto the Death Knight. And then I thought 7 more seconds would have been enough time for the Dryads and the other units to really come back and do a bit more damage. Yeah, there seemed like there was a larger army. It looked like Life was in a good spot. He could have come out with the victory there. Not quite sure what happened. I'll have to wait for YouTube viewers and comments to let me know if you guys thought that Life could have come out a little bit better. Yes, the Alchemist was out of the fight. Yes, the Moonwells were drained. Maybe a potion of healing, plus the Alchemist Acid Bomb coming back, but that would have taken a lot of time as well. It felt like a premature GG, but maybe Life saw the writing on the wall. You'll have to let me know. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.